Hey everybody, Mr. B here, day after Thanksgiving. I'm exhausted, had a great time, but I'm exhausted. So what you see today is about what you're gonna get. So day after Thanksgiving, what I always do is I make my own turkey stock, right? It's really simple. I'm gonna show you how it's done. A lot of you put up your Christmas stuff day after Thanksgiving. I don't understand that. But, you're not really cooking anything today if you did Thanksgiving right, because you're going to be eating leftovers all day. This can sit on the pot, take several hours to just sort of simmer and bubble. House smells delicious. You can go on and do your thing. Don't even have to worry about it. And this way, you got stock. So anyway, click subscribe, come along for the ride, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay guys, ingredient breakdown for homemade stock. You can use the same sort of method and technique for what it is, right? For any type of poultry stock you're doing, chicken, turkey, whatever. Don't know how much poultry is really left after that, right? So, first thing, obviously, is your turkey carcass from your Thanksgiving table. Now, I am fortunate enough here in Alabama to have a second refrigerator. Okay, so this has been down in the garage fridge waiting for me. And okay, so let's talk about the veg, right? So if you're planning, thinking about it, as you're going and making your casseroles and your dressing, save the scraps of these vegetables. So I've got celery, I've got onions, some carrots in here. I've got a bell pepper because, one of my mom's casserole recipes calls for half of a bell pepper. Have you ever heard of such in your damn life? So here are some carrots. You don't even have to peel them. Don't worry about them. This is going to go a while. Rosemary, what sage I had left over, whole peppercorns, whole tree seasoning, some bay leaves, and some thyme. So the key here is basically whatever you've got, some combination of this is, what you're going to use as the veg mix for your stock. So we're going to cover that with water, throw all of this in, and start heating it up. Okay, so I'm going to start adding stuff in. I've already got my rosemary and sage in, and I've covered the turkey carcass, right? So we're going to throw in our carrots. We'll start dumping in these veg bags of all of the, leftover stuff. Use this stuff, right? Why throw this away? Right? So, here we go. That. Just that and that. Now, if you've got a big piece of onion like that, sometimes people will put cloves in that, and I've done it. It's nice. But I'm not doing it today because I just absolutely cannot be bothered with it. And a pack of black peppercorns go in. Some poultry seasoning just to help it along. A couple of bay leaves. Just, do it. And some thyme. And last but not least, I have, about half a head of cloves of garlic. I'm just going to throw it in. You do not need to peel anything. We'll be straining all of this off. Now, I'm going to put my heat on, and I'm going to start it on high, but do not bring this all the way to a boil. You're just going to want to get it heated, get it to start simmering for you, but at no point should it really come up to a boil. If that happens, you know what? It's still going to be good, okay? So get everything kind of mushed down here, and we're going to start off by covering this till the heat comes up, and then we will go to next steps, kids. Pro tip here, guys, don't put salt in that, okay? When you go to use this in future applications, you're going to want to be able to adjust the season appropriately for that application that you're doing. So don't salt your stock here, okay? Might be some residual left on the turkey carcass, but hey, what are you going to do about that? Alright, let me show y'all something. So every so often, you're going to want to come in here and just kind of skim this a little bit. That's called scum, believe it or not. That is the technical word for that. And it's just, you know, fat. Try to get it, kind of cleaning it up as the broth as you go. But the reality is, when we're letting this cool, it will kind of solidify. We're going to have really good opportunity to clean this up so that it's a nice, clear broth. Coming up on the 2-hour mark, I'm just going to do some skimming like I mentioned. I'll probably let this go in a couple of hours actually. We'll get into the cooling process and getting it put up and all. Isn't it beautiful? I call it liquid gold. Boys and girls, I set it off the heat about an hour ago, letting it cool down, and I have been skimming. We're going to pour this off, strain the vegetables off, and then get it poured up into quart containers. Okay, and you're going to carefully strain that liquid gold off of there. I'm just going to be careful not to dump the whole carcass in there and splashy because this is extremely hot. Get as much of it off as you can. All right. There you have it. Now, you know, guys, you could get all, you know, frou-frou and run this through cheesecloth and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be just fine for my, you know, soup and bean purposes. Anything that needs a little chicken stock will have some of this deliciousness in it. All right, kids, there you have it. I've gotten about, what, 6.5 quarts out of that. And I will continue to let them cool down and give them another skim, then lid them and freeze them. They tend to be pretty good for, I don't know, at least a good 3 months or so. But guys, give this a try. It is much easier than you think, and you save money, you know. I mean, we have gotten every purpose out of this damn turkey that we could possibly get. And hell, we're still working on leftovers. All right, kids, that's out. Please subscribe. Come along for the ride. We're going to see you next time.